But so I watched this poop cruise documentary, and it's basically I vaguely remembered the news story when it first broke, but it's the story of this Carnival cruise line. I believe it's called the Triumph, and a whole bunch of people go on this cruise, and it loses power. Like they take the cruise, it's great. They go to Mexico, spend a day in Mexico, have the time of their lives, leave Mexico, get back on the ship, don't leave anybody behind, everybody's great. Except then once they're back on the ship and they're sailing away like a day later, they're like maybe 2 days away from getting back home.
I think it was the day. I think they leave Mexico, and then it was 1 day at sea till they're back.
Oh, maybe the next morning they're back.
They were so close to being back.
Right, they were, and then the power goes out on the boat. So first there's this like fire in the engine, right? And they look up, and I mean, it's got to be terrifying. The smokestacks on the boat, there's just like black smoke billowing out of it, and there's this like alarm going off, and this British lady in the middle of it's like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and this British lady whose whole job is to just like chill the vibe.
Jen?
I guess that's her name, the redhead. Mm-hmm. Everything's fine.
Don't worry.
Help yourself to a cup of coffee, go back to bed, or enjoy the deck. Meanwhile, everybody's like, what is going on? Because this thing went out, and then all of a sudden, the lights go out. All of a sudden, the AC goes out. And then people realize they can't flush the toilets. And so we go on this journey. And also, the boat can't move. Right. It's lost power. So not only can the boat not move, but they figure, okay, what we'll do is we'll just wait. Like, they're figuring out for a day. And then they figure we'll wake up in the morning, we'll go back to the shore where we were in Mexico. It's not that far away. And they wake up in the morning, and this has to be nuts. They look out off the boat deck, and they don't see the shore anymore because they realize that, like, they've been drifting all night. And so they just end up somewhere in the middle of the Gulf of America? Is that where they were?
Now it's the Gulf of America. At the time, they were drifting in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah,
but I don't even think they realized that because for the first day, the tugboat was supposed to come get them. No, the wrestler.
Right.
Tugboat was supposed to come get them and then bring them back to Mexico.
Right.
But then they got a call from like Mexico saying, "Hey, bad news. You guys drifted like
way far out.
So
like literally
many miles.
in the middle.
Like you're so far out there that I don't think
that you are now way too far away for our tugboat to come get you."
That's right. That's right. And I thought this was like, and so then they have to like sit there, and now they're stranded at sea for days. I mean, multiple days where they start getting low on food, and they like have no power in the rooms. They're sleeping out on the deck. Lettuce and tomato sandwiches. You know, and then eventually, because they can't flush any of the toilets, the shit and the piss and the sewage starts to leak out over the drains.
Is that why it's called Poop Cruise?
Poop Cruise. And when these tugboats come, they finally do come, and they're going to bring them back to Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah.
God's country.
Oh, yeah.
Except they tilt the boat when they're doing it. And so when they tilt the boat, you see this wave of sewage and shit and piss water just like sloshing around, and people going like, this is how we're living. And so my whole thing was, and maybe this was more of an adult cruise, because some of the adults they were talking to, I don't know. Like, so of course, everybody was having a hard time, but some of them are in it for the adventure. Some of them, all I could think about was if I brought my family on this cruise.
Well, that one guy was there with his 12-year-old.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like, if I brought my kids on the cruise, how do I explain to them we're living in shit and we got to sleep on the deck for 3 days and I don't know when we're leaving? I mean, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, you just man up and tell them.
And then they'll be fine?
Well, I'm not saying they'll be fine, but they got to know the truth.
It's rough.
Like, hey, listen, we might die.
It's like,
that's not what you would tell them.
I'd probably tell them that. Listen, from what I gathered in this documentary,
right.
Shit went, and not literal shit, but shit went south real fast.
It went awry quickly.
It shows you how quickly people are just willing to be like, we're on our own.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Like it was 3 hours after all this stuff happened, and people were bringing their mattresses up to the deck.
Well, yeah, that's actually a great point. That like the minute you start to even get a sniff that you're fending for yourself, people start hoarding, people get weird and violent, people like start really like immediately go into animal mode.
Like I figured it would have been after a couple of days, but like the way that they're showing the time tick by, I'm like, it's the afternoon of the first day.
It's not even high noon yet.
And people are already fending for themselves.
As soon as that AC goes out, you have no idea how hot it gets in that boat.
Right.
So it turns into hell inside.
Right.
So the only thing you can do is like, I got to go outside. I got
Get to see air.
Yeah, get some air.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they're like, wait a minute, if this goes any longer, I need a beach chair. Because there's not like the deck is not built to house everybody on that boat.
No.
Because at no point will everybody on the boat be on the deck at the same time. It's a big deck. A lot of people can sit there, but not everybody.
And you also need shade.
But yeah, they started tying their sheets up around, they started building shanty towns in the first day.
The first day.
The first day of the boat having no power. They were like, shanty towns it is. And it was like, what?
Guess we got to eat each other.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, oh, whoa. It's like when Dwight establishes the P corner.
That's right.
Like
when they're stuck in the
5
elevator.
seconds.
We've been in the elevator for 5 seconds. Yeah, well, we need to establish one corner as the P corner.
As soon as I jumped from my top bunk, I had water on my feet. And I was like, what the fuck? It was really bad. I had to hold my breath. It was disgusting.
It was everywhere.
Ugh. I can't even look at it anymore. It's so gross. Pause. What the fuck?
What the fuck? And I was like,
What the fuck?
what the fuck?
I got out of my bed and landed in shit water, and I was like, what the fuck? I mean, it's a great program. I highly recommend
And
it.
by the way, those, I think it's said in the end, like, weren't those people like comped like $500?
Oh yeah, they got nothing. I'm sitting there watching, going like, these people should get $50,000 a piece.
You'd think they'd own Carnival.
That's right. Instead, I mean, I'd be furious. You talk about the airlines not caring. Carnival gave them, $5,000 or something, $500.
I think it was only like $500.
$500 and a free cruise.
Because
Because that's exactly what I want to do, right? Get right back on another boat.
The disclaimer was like, oh, they don't have to supply electricity.
Yeah. They said there's nothing in the contract that you sign. It says they are under no responsibility to provide a safe vessel at sea.
Right.
And you're like, what?
Full refund transportation expenses, $500, and a free cruise.
No, dude.
Get the fuck out of here.
No way.
They also changed their terms and conditions to remove
That part?
the whole like, hey, we don't have to promise anything.
We don't have to give you shit. Yeah. No, I thought it was. No, they should at least 5 figures a piece
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, that's rough.
By the way, that boat's still out there. They just renamed it and put it right back out there.
Well, they cleaned it. Yeah, that was my favorite. So, like in the end of it, when they're doing the text, like here's what happened next. They said they cleaned and repurposed the boat or whatever, and they just renamed it, and that boat is still out there. And then it also said that the chef has never looked at lasagna the same way.
I get that.